Hey guys, Ray from Love You RV. Today I am reviewing a portable freezer refrigerator. That company Bouge RV, I did a review on their solar panels about a month or so ago, and they offered to send out this refrigerator freezer, and it intrigued me because we do a lot of boondocking, and I thought it would be nice to augment the capacity of our regular RV refrigerator by having this. Also, we could carry it in the back of the truck when we're driving, keep our lunch cold and drinks. So it looks like the model here is a F40C4TMP. It's listed as a 50 liter or 53 quart capacity. Just open it up, take a look inside. Looks like we have one section here used as the freezer section, and then a smaller section over here. Then it's controlled on the front by a digital display, so you can set up your temperature here, I imagine. Just taking it out of the box, and we have a couple different power sources. We have a cigarette lighter type adapter there, and then it also will run off of a plug-in AC. So you can plug it into your rig and do an inverter or something like that, or power it at home, or you can run it off of your car outlet there. The owner's manual, and then this is to put the handles on. I'm going to give you a wrench to do it. I'm going to put the handles on each side here. There's some Allen screws there to undo. So put the handles on. I'll plug her in, and we'll get a listen to how loud that compressor is. Looks like the compressor's down here, behind that part there. We've got our power, a 15 amp fuse, 12 volt or 24 volts, so you can run it off of two different voltages through there. It's got some sort of battery protection. I think what this is when you plug it into your car, you can set a level so that it won't run your car battery down to the point that it wouldn't start anymore. Got the handle on, pretty straightforward. Just undo the screws and do them up again. I actually like the tool they gave me. Worked really well. Okay, let's plug it in and see how it sounds. Let's use the AC first. So supposedly the max wattage on this is 60 watts. It's not too much at all. Kind of beat. We'll go up to the display here. Flashing. It says to hold the power button down for a few seconds to turn on. There we go. I guess that's the current temperature, 66 Fahrenheit. We'll just turn it, say we'll set it to 24. Flashes, goes back to the current. And I heard it come on. It's very quiet actually. Just barely hear that fan running. So I think what I'm going to do is pull this cover so I can give you guys a good look at how it's built inside the guts of it. I don't advise doing this yourself. It's dangerous and you probably would avoid your warranty, but I figure I'll give you a look how many chances you're going to get to pull something apart without ruining your warranty. There we go, the guts. Looks like the compressor is called a WANcool ACV 25FC 1224 volt DC for controllers. And over here we got a little evaporator, a little fan for cooling. Looks like they bent the fins when they assembled it. And on this side we have our voltage controller probably, and our input. It's a nice touch. They put some this sticky hot glue stuff to keep everything in place. Okay, let's do a little test of it. Put some ice cubes in here, ice cube tray. They're not ice cubes yet. in the main freezer part. And just stuck a couple soda pops in there, and we'll close her up. Let's see what we can set this for. Let's set it for, let's see how low it can go. -4, so it looks like -4 Fahrenheit is as low as I can get that temperature setting to go. So we'll leave her there, let her go. I'll put a timer on and see how long it takes to get down to temperature. Just checking in after a half an hour, and we're down to 39 degrees inside. About 2.5 hours later, it's at 3 degrees. Still trying to get it to go to -4, but it's been running about a half hour more, and it's sort of stuck at that 3-degree mark. So I'll let it go a little longer, see if it goes down any lower. At the 4-hour mark, it hit -4, so it can go down to its coldest temperature. Let's check out our ice in here. It's nice and frosty. We have nice hard ice cubes. Check our pops. Ooh, nice and cold. They're not frozen though. Let's just see what the temperature of them is. These pops are nice and cold. They must be around, I think they measure around 42, 44 degrees. So this compartment over here doesn't get as cold. They have a nice LED light when you open their thing. Let's check in here. You can see the walls, 27, 26, 30. Walls in here are just around freezing, but down in here, we got down 6. Yeah, much colder. 2. So basically this side gets the coldest, so you can use this as a freezer, and then you can stick stuff in this side and it won't freeze on you. Kind of a dual compartment. And of course this doesn't have to be a freezer actually. You can control whatever temperature you want it to be up here, right? So you can set it to whatever you need it to be. If you want to just use it as a refrigerator, you could set it in the range of, just over freezing, somewhere 32 to 38 degrees, and it would work as the whole thing would work as a fridge. So that's quite a bit of variable there for you. I think next though I'm going to check what kind of power draw happens on AC and DC. Maybe check it out on one of those little portable generator boxes, little jackeries. There's the official rated power, 12 volt or 24 volt, 60 watts. Rated current 7.9 at 12 volt or 3.7 at 24 volt. Next I'm going to test the power drain of this. So I use my little jackery box here. Well, first we'll try DC. Make sure the thing works on DC power. Seems like it's starting up. Right now it's at 57 degrees. I've let it warm up in there again. Just let it cool down, see how much it draws. And right now the jackery is reporting 38 watts output on the DC. So not too bad of a draw. It says max 60, so I guess it varies on how hot it is outside and how hard the compressor's working. Now we'll test the AC. So it's showing here, jackery's showing 36 watts. My kilowatt meter, which I would trust more, is around 37 watts. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of loss in the conversion going from AC to DC. This thing on here says 14 point something volts. So if you wanted to maximize your usage in a rig, you'd want to go straight off the DC. But anyway, let's run it for a few hours and actually see how many kilowatts it uses per hour. We'll just let her run there. Let's check the amperage. 0.6 amps. Okay, I'll let her run and come back and let you know how much power it uses over a few hours. Okay, so I've been running it almost 5 hours now, and it took about half hour, 45 minutes to cool right down. I have it set around 0 Fahrenheit, and we can see how many kilowatt hours it's used, 0.14 kilowatt hours, so 140 watt hours in almost 5 hours. So you can see it says it's 60 watts max, but it's using around 30 watts to maintain the freezing temperature right now. So very little draw really. You could definitely use this for quite a while off of just a couple RV batteries, or if you had just a little solar panel during the day, that would give you enough energy, and at night it probably wouldn't need as much because it's cooler at night. Okay, so I've had a few days to play around and test this thing out, and I'm back with my pros and cons as I see them for this fridge freezer unit. First pro, we'll go through all the pros first. Low power drain, so the max 60 watts, and I found about an average of 30 watts was what it took to run it. So very good for RVing and boondocking, going on road trips in your car, that sort of thing. Also works on multiple voltages. You can use it on AC power, but also 12 or 24 volts, which is kind of handy if people have made a 24 volt system for their RV. Some boondocking setups are like that. It cools down to -4 Fahrenheit, which is plenty enough to freeze stuff, and it also cools pretty fast. I found that it got down to freezing within less than half an hour, and after that it was kind of slow going down, but it did reach the -4. Also has an econo mode that you can put it into to draw a little bit less electricity, I imagine, when you're cooling it down. Nice digital display and control. 2 cooling areas. It's a 40 liter freezer and then a 10 liter fridge. So it's nice that you can have a freezer but still have a fridge section to it. It's not one or the other. The spring-loaded handles are nice and strong. You don't feel like they're wussy at all. It has that voltage protection for vehicles so that it will cut off from working before it will bring your vehicle battery down and harm it, or maybe not able to start the vehicle. Runs pretty quiet. I was actually pretty amazed at. They say it's 45 dB, and I believe it. I guess time will tell to see if it runs for, once it's run a month or two, does it get louder or not. It's also shock-proof for mobile, so it's made you can drive with it, and you can operate it up to 30 degrees. It's got an LED light inside. As far as its size, it's about, with the handles on it, it's about 26 inches wide and 15 inches, or 26 inches long, 15 inches wide, and about 21 inches tall, so it's not overly big. I weighed it on my scales, it came right around 40 pounds empty, so you start piling some food in there, it could get fairly hefty, but at least it has 2 strong handles that 2 people could lift it up. A nice touch to have the wire basket in there that can be segmented. And the cost right now, I looked on Amazon, and it's running right around $349 US, which is pretty competitive for its class of unit. If you compare it to some of the really high-end stuff, like some of the Dometic stuff goes up around $700-800 for this same capacity. But there are some cons. Let's definitely some cons to this. The plastic. I found it kind of a low quality plastic, and the fit and finish was not that great. Some of the stickers and stuff that they put on there are kind of cheap and cheesy looking. As far as the seal goes that seals the freezer, I found it kind of feels a little bit foamy, not a really good rubber seal, so I have my doubts how long that seal is going to last and perform really well. The lid catch too is kind of a very plastic catch, so that too. So the catch and the seal really concern me on the unit, but we'll see after we've used it a while whether that comes into fruition or not. The manual was nice looking and the print and everything, but the translation was horrible. I guess they translated into multiple languages, but whoever translated it didn't do a very good job. Also, don't like the color. I'm like, you get a freezer fridge that you're going to use outside and you make it black. I don't think that's a real smart way to go. I would have liked it to see it at least a lighter color, and even preferably white or something reflective even. And then my main qualm with it is I'm not sure about the warranty. The manual didn't mention the warranty online. It kind of talked about a 30-day return, so I'm not even sure of the warranty. And the brand, the guys that contacted me were Bouge RV, but I've seen several different brands, and then the thing has kind of a weird numbering name and only seems to be available on kind of iffy looking websites and Amazon. So you might be buying this and you get what you get, and you might not be able to return it somewhere. Well, there you go, guys. That's the F40C4TMP mobile fridge freezer from a company called Bouge RV. So I'm going to use it this summer as a freezer, store some stuff in. You never know, maybe I'll catch a fish or someone will give me a nice salmon I can put in there, carve up, maybe get some meat, save us some money, buy it in bulk, and I'll come back later on towards the fall and let you know how it performed. If it performs the way it does new, I'll be happy, but you never know. Some of this stuff just doesn't live up to expectations once you start using it, so I'll be sure to update you guys on it. Till next time, it's Ray from LoveYouRV.com. Cheers, everyone.